Some families say they have nowhere to turn. Judges say they feel helpless, and to many people, care for the mentally ill has never been worse.
Tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones begins a series of reports confronting the biggest flaws in Michigan's treatment of people who are mentally ill. It is an ongoing series we're calling Waiting for Disaster.
I see something that's right in front of me, and it just strikes me as being extremely unjust and unfair, and I'm a part of it. And I don't want to be a part of that.
After 24 years on the bench in Wayne County, Judge Milton Mack is tired. Tired of seeing care for the mentally ill get worse, of watching state spending continue to fall, and seeing the same desperate families back in his courtroom until their crisis turns to tragedy.
It's just not right. And it just offends my sense of justice. And I feel like I'm in a position to do something about it, and so I should.
But if Judge Mack is fighting a battle to fix a broken system, he is surely losing. Most state hospital beds, they've been replaced with jail cells. State funding for the mentally ill fell further this year, even with a $500 million budget surplus. And every day in the judge's courtroom, the same sorry scene plays out, often with the same characters.
You have to move mountains to try to help your child.
Mary Gallagher is tired too. Her daughter Kristen, whose face she doesn't want you to see, was once an aspiring model, but at 19 her hopes were derailed when she was diagnosed as bipolar with schizophrenic tendencies.
When she has really severe breakdowns, she will ruin furniture, just smash it to smithereens.
And like many with severe mental illness, Kristen has refused any sort of treatment or medication, forcing her mother to come here to Wayne County Probate Court, petitioning judges like Milton Mack to authorize mental health treatment. But that treatment, says her mom, hasn't been much. She's had to come back, not just once or twice.
12 times I had to go down to probate court and petition to have her assessed.
A dozen times?
Yes.
Time after time, judges ordered Kristen to be hospitalized for up to 60 days, long enough to get her medicated and stabilized. But she's never been in the hospital for even close to that long. The average stay, says her mom, is a little over a week.
And you're out of the hospital in a few days. You're not necessarily well yet, but the belief is that you probably won't shoot anybody in the next few days anyway.
Short-term stays are the new normal, now that longer-term care is much harder to find. Back in the 1990s, then-Governor John Engler led a push to close most of Michigan's mental hospitals, going from 16 to just 5, and treating the mentally ill at outpatient facilities instead.
It's just kind of like a revolving door, she's not really getting the help that she really needs, but yet she can't stay in there.
And Kristen is not alone. Since 2009 in Michigan, nearly 1,000 people suffering from mental illness have had 4 or more petitions filed on their behalf, begging for medical treatment. The average hospital stay in Wayne County, we're told, is under a week.
I see them come back constantly.
And judges on the front line say this isn't a small problem, it's systemic.
And there's no follow-up to make sure they stay well. And then in a couple of months, they'll be back here again.
You filed a dozen petitions to get her help, to get her treatment.
Yes.
After all this, do you feel like it's done any good?
No. It's just kind of a coping mechanism. She's still ill. She still has periods where she's severely ill. I don't know what's going to happen to Kristen after I go.
And when the right treatment never comes, it's not just the mentally ill who are put at risk. Sometimes innocent bystanders become the latest footnotes of this long, sad story.
911.
I've been stabbed.
You've been stabbed by who?
My friend.
Why did he stab you?
He's been off of his medication.
Okay, does he have a mental disorder?
Yes, he's bipolar.
That part of our investigation tonight at 11. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
Oh, just heartbreak for families. Thank you, Ross. We'll be watching tonight at